Hey guys, in the past month, we spent £632 testing different Google ad types for a certain campaign just so we could show you the results. Now, this campaign is going to allow you to look at your own Google Ads strategy and search term strategy to see where you could be wasting ad spend, but also where you can tighten it up a little bit to increase your ROI. So stay tuned. Before we dive in and look at the examples, let's have a quick recap of the different match types out there. First off, we have broad match. Now, broad match is the default match type that comes when you set up a Google Ads campaign. And this is where people can start spending a lot of money if they are new to the platform and they don't know quite how to structure their match types yet. And I'll get onto some examples of those first in a minute. The second one is phrase match. Now, phrase match is my personal favorite and ultimately allows you to have a bit of flexibility. When you bid on a keyword, you can have words either side of the phrase. And since it's merged with broad match modified, which was the fourth match type before they cut it out, ultimately now it means that as long as the intent's the same, words can go in between the words or the keywords that you're bidding on. And finally, we have exact match. An exact match is pretty much where the search query is going to be the exact same as the keyword that you type into Google, even though in the recent years they've started using AI to look at close variants. And we'll look at that in a sec. So let's dive straight in and look at the broad match campaign. So let's click on broad match and let's go across keyword section. Now across the board, I'm going to say that we're testing the 4 different keywords across the 3 different match types. So in this case, we've got 4 keywords we're going after, which is WordPress affiliate theme, affiliate WordPress template, affiliate website theme, and affiliate WordPress theme. Now again, if I was doing it in a comprehensive manner, I probably would split these out into different ad groups so I could adjust the ad copy. But for the sake of the experiment, I've put them all together just so we can keep them consistent across the 3 different match type campaigns. So these are the keywords. Like I mentioned, these are what we're bidding on, and it's a broad match type. So let's go on search terms. And as we can see, we've got those 4 keywords here. And I've put the keyword, the seed keyword that we've got over here. And this is the search query. The main difference being that's what we're bidding on. And this is what it's appearing for in Google. So we can see the top one, affiliate website template. Affiliate website examples. Again, not relevant, but not a million miles off, still in the same sort of ballpark. If we go down, we can see things like Ad Mania. I mean, I don't even know how Google's associated that. I imagine it's some sort of, sounds like a festival, but again, not relevant at all. And that's come from the seed keyword WordPress affiliate theme, which goes to Ad Mania. So again, could be a waste of money. Amazon affiliate examples, travel affiliate website, Team Booster, Mercury WordPress theme. So what Google's done is gone out there and said, because it's broad match, you've given me full reign to go out there and bid on things that are even loosely associated with the platform, which isn't what we want at all. And I'll get into negative keywords in a minute, but even if you do stay on top of your negative keyword strategy, which I'll get onto, it's still going to be mega hard to keep everything that you're bidding on hyper relevant because Google's going to start throwing in mega random search queries for these hyper targeted terms. So let's now head over to the phrase match. Now with phrase match, we're bidding on the same terms. So we have affiliate website template and you can see here, affiliate website templates. Very close. In a lot of cases, it's going to be exact match and probably a close variant to be fair. So we've got phrase match here, travel affiliate WordPress site. So affiliate website template, like I mentioned, you've got affiliate website template as an exact there and then travel's been put on. Same with this, you've got WordPress affiliate theme. We've got a WordPress theme for Amazon affiliate. So it's got for Amazon and best. So this query here, or that is right in the middle of it, and that has been added on. Like I mentioned, this used to be broad match modified and phrase was just adding words before and after the seed keyword, but now they've started adding them in the middle as long as it doesn't change intent. And phrase is my favorite just because it picks up mega long tail queries, and as long as the intent stays the same in most cases. Some cases you can see here, Joomla affiliate template. Actually that's phrase, so it adds it in front of it. You can see here though it does pick up a lot of other stuff as well, which we wouldn't want, like Joomla affiliate template or Elementor affiliate templates, because they're the templates that are betting on competitors' brands is always a questionable strategy, but it does really vary depending on the niche that you're in and just looking at the success of that campaign. But let's not go too much into that. So we've got that, and you can see here phrase match before, middle, and after. Exact match. If we look at the search terms for exact match and exact same keywords, what we can see here is we have the exact match here, affiliate WordPress theme, affiliate WordPress theme. We've got affiliate WordPress theme here, but then we've got WordPress themes for affiliate marketing. And what we've noticed in more recent years is Google starting to use AI to start to try and understand intent and language and NLP and all that stuff to make sure they can deliver the best experience possible. Now, in some cases that's good because Google broadens that search and captures relevant people, but then it starts bleeding into the likes of phrase match and exact. And while you can see that they're a lot more aligned than phrase, again, affiliate theme, for example, affiliate website theme, it's not the same, and they start taking words out and it starts becoming not, I wouldn't say that's a close variant, if I'm being completely honest. Do I want to bid on it? Most probably. But again, it becomes hard then to work out whether you should be using phrase match or exact match. I quite like phrase match because we're mega on our negative keyword strategy, which I'll get onto in a second, like I keep mentioning. But at the same time, Google, themes affiliate. Is that relevant? I need to go and look at some intent data, look at the organic SERP for that. But again, wouldn't say it's mega relevant. So Google's fine. And I think they're trying to get on top of intent. And I think in the future, what's going to happen is they'll probably just take away match types and they'll just make you put a seed keyword in there, and they'll go out there and they'll bid forth on things for you and maybe give you some minor control. But I imagine that's the way that world is going that world is going. So we can see. But let's go look at the top line metrics. And like we saw, broad is mostly irrelevant. I don't think we saw one or two relevant queries in there, but not many. But you look across here, and what happens a lot of the time is people say, and when we take over an account, people will say, our CPC has gone way up compared to what it was, but they were getting no conversions and all their queries were irrelevant. Because you can see, because it's taken matters into its own hand, it's got a lot of impressions and the CPC is really low. So if you're reporting on the wrong metrics, this is when things start to get a bit messy, because everyone's like, CPC is actually really low. I'm getting lots of clicks, lots of impressions. This is great. They don't go into the search term report to see that all of the stuff they're bidding on is primarily not going to be driving decent intent or leads for their business. You look at phrase, and it's only got 3.15% click-through rate. And then you look at the likes of the phrase match campaign, and we've got a 13.33% click-through rate here. And £2.96. So it's more expensive. But like I mentioned, a lot of the stuff in there was actually really relevant. So you've got 75 impressions there. I mean, it's just a couple of weeks worth of data on a relatively low budget and niche industry. But you look at the exact, you've got £3.69 exact match, and you've got 18.18% click-through rate. So there's a lot of pros and cons for each of them. And again, I'd say the broad one, 99% of it is cons, and it is just unfortunately a business model that Google set up because it's the default mode and it will capture things at a cheap rate, but it won't always be relevant. So I wouldn't ever recommend using broad match, not even unless you're a massive company who's exhausted all your phrase and exact, and you're looking to get unique, weird ideas of what you could be bidding on next to saturate the market. But again, I don't think that'd be profitable for anyone or ever a good idea. Phrase match is great because it's cheaper CPC than exact typically, because it'll bring up cheaper variations. And if you're in a niche market, like a lot of our clients are, it will get you more impressions because it will go broader and the intent's usually quite good. But then again, I'd always say have an exact match campaign as well for the terms which have proven to convert and bid slightly higher. And again, make sure you keep an eye to make sure there's not lots of irrelevant stuff on there, which is making you spend money on stuff which isn't the right intent. So that's very much a top line overview, pros and cons, some real world examples. What I mentioned with negative keywords is, say for example, you're in the exact match campaign, and let's go into the search term. And say for example, we didn't want to bid on themes affiliate anymore. We could click on this and we could go add as a negative keyword, which means if we added that as a negative keyword, we can therefore make sure that this never appears again when someone types that in. And negative keywords work in exactly the same way as normal keywords, in the fact that you can add an exact match negative. So say every time that word exactly appears, or that phrase exactly appears, don't appear, or you can make it phrase match, which has the commas, the inverted commas, or you can make it broad match. And that's why, again, it's so clever in the fact that when broad match is done in Google, there's no parentheses, but when there are, you need to add exact match has the brackets and phrase match has the inverted commas. So make sure that you're very careful when implementing those and everything else like that moving forward. You can also do negative keyword libraries. So for example, what we like to do a lot of the time is go negative keyword lists, and we'll build out an account list, which we'll call something like general, and we'll add things like free, cheap. You can add like recruitment. All of that stuff is things that sort of pop up all the time within negative keyword accounts. And we do actually have a long list of them, which we go into each of our campaigns to make sure it's pre-optimized. Finally, let's just look at account structure. And this is the way that we suggest that you structure accounts when it comes to match types. And what we'd say is look at your exact match as the ones that you know that you exactly want to go after. So these are the terms which have proven to be profitable for your conversions and your other e-commerce store value or your B2B lead gen value from your CRM data. And what we say is if they're profitable, try and get your impression share, which I'm not going to go into today, as close to 100% as possible. Then use your phrase match to gather long tail queries. And if any themes start appearing, you can take those phrase match keywords and put them in the exact match campaign. This is where it becomes a bit tricky in the fact that we want to make sure there's separate campaigns for phrase and exact, just because you want to make sure that you can allocate budgets accordingly. You don't want to be taken away from exact match keywords, which are doing well, versus potential phrase match keywords, which aren't going to perform as well. And what I'd recommend doing is if you have something that's performing well in your phrase match, you can whack that in your exact match campaign, bid slightly higher on that campaign budget. And then what you want to do is put that then exact phrase in a negative keyword list for the phrase match. And ultimately that means you don't want to be bidding and double bidding on those keywords, which potentially can start to drive the pricing up because you're competing against yourself. So match types, don't keep them in the same campaign, split them out if you want to do some tests. And then if you find profitable keywords, you can put them in your exact match campaign and bid higher. But again, phrase match is always my favorite, especially in B2B where we work primarily, because it's small numbers of search volume and you want to make sure that you're capturing all the queries. And what you'll find is the bulk of the queries, which are long tail, haven't been searched in the previous 6 months. So phrase match is really good at hoovering up all of that demand, and exact match is definitely moving in that direction as well. So I imagine phrase exact maybe sort of merge soon into like a universal keyword / intent category. Not that I'm looking forward to that. They'll probably keep broad match because it's a good money maker for them, for people who are just getting started. So avoid that at all costs. I hope you found this useful today. Any questions, you can email me at ben@session-media.com or contact me on LinkedIn. But until next week, guys, thank you for listening.